So I've just purchased a 2025 Cfmoto ibex 450.
China.
This bike has 500 kilometers on the odometer now. This is my second day owning it, and I'll show you here. We've got a pretty substantial oil leak, and it looks like it's coming from possibly the output shaft seal. So that'd be the seal on the shaft that your front sprocket rides on. I've seen other people online talking about the oil cooler up here leaking. I ran my hand under there and that seems dry. So what I'm going to do is take this cover off, I'll take the sprocket off and check the seal, see that there's nothing wrapped up on that shaft, like some grass or anything, and then try and clean it out as best I can, and hopefully that stops the oil leak. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna have to try and deal with Cfmoto warranty. So the first thing to do is gonna be to take this shift linkage off of here. This is a 10 millimeter. Take that bolt right out. That should just slide right off of there. You do have to take that bolt completely out because if you can see there's a notch here that bolt sits in. If you just loosen it, that bolt will hold it in still. And then the next thing would be to take this cover off, which is 1, 2, 3 Allen bolts. And these two were surprisingly loose. This one was fairly tight, but yeah, it's a little concerning. And then underneath this cover, you'll find a lock washer on your axle nut here. So we're just going to take a flathead screwdriver and a hammer, flatten that out, and then we'll be able to take this nut off. Hopefully I can just pull the sprocket away and keep the chain and everything on and not have to break the chain, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm not going to be able to do this with one hand, but you can see what I'm going to do here. Flathead hammer. Once the nut comes off, sprocket chain just slides off. There's a washer underneath the nut. Obviously, that's the one that we folded over. Just make sure that all goes back on in the correct orientation. And then underneath the sprocket, there's this spacer here. Pull that out. We'll clean that up. And then, yeah, so we can see, obviously this is where our leak is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a rag and some brake cleaner and very carefully clean out the inside lip of that seal, trying to not get any dirt into the engine. And then we'll clean up around it, put it all back together, and see if it continues to leak. And if that's the case, then we're going to be going to the dealer for warranty. One other thing to note is that when I'm doing this, I'm spraying the brake clean on the rag and then wiping around in here because I do not want to get brake clean inside the case. Otherwise we'll be needing to do an oil change. So just be careful to not get anything inside there, including your cleaner. Now that I've got it all cleaned, I've just reinstalled the sprocket, tightened the nut back down. I'm not 100% sure on the torque on this thing, but I just ran it on with the impact wrench and it's back aligned with the witness mark that they had on there from factory. So I'm going to say it's probably close enough to the correct torque. Now you just need to make sure to fold this washer back over. It was folded over on two sides when I took it off, so I'm going to do that again. Reinstall the cover with the 3 Allen bolts. And then the last thing to do is to reinstall our shift linkage. Now, this is personal preference where you set this, but depending on which spline you put this back on, your shifter will sit in a different position. You can put it wherever you like. I think there it looks good. I'm going to clean up all the leaked oil that was on the bottom of the engine so that I can monitor for leaks in the future. I'm gonna go for a ride and see if this thing starts weeping again. And then I will update afterwards. Well, I'm not sure how well you can tell in the video here, but cleaning the seal up hasn't fixed the oil leak. I went for a short ride, probably 20 or 30 kilometers, came back, and there's oil around the oil pan and the output shaft again. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take this thing to the dealer and see if they'll warranty it. Yeah, I don't foresee a problem with that, but you never know. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for possibly more videos with this bike. And we'll see you in the next one.
I love them. China.